table half the size of this with a little rock thing just like this, trips, spills everything, all the rocks. So like while I'm concerned about the rocks and the glass, he bolts out the door and runs. Our next door neighbor has a fence this tall. You're not jumping over a fence that tall. It's not one of those iron fences where you can grip. It's a wooden fence. You're not getting over it. Me and Brad look out, and all you see is he jumps, he grabs the top, hits face first, and just goes boop, boop, right on his back. I'm like, Dan, get back in here. And right when I said that, he looks back, goes, yeah, and just bolts down the street. And I'm like, oh my god, what do we do?
Meanwhile, he's naked still.
Well, he's got 2 pairs of boxers. That's it. And I'm like, dude, I guess we just shut the door. Like, he's on his own now. 20 minutes later, my grandmother comes downstairs and goes, Dan Garza is possessed. And she has a knife in her hand. I'm like, Grandma, what are you talking about? And I'm coked out and drunk. So I'm like, trying to hold it together. I'm like, oh, okay, what do you mean? She's like, he's upstairs. I run upstairs. And he's in my grandmother's bed. My grandmother's fucking bed. With his pants pulled down. So his butthole and shit's hanging out on my grandmother's fucking bed. So I grab him, I pull his pants, his boxers up, and I drive him downstairs. We get him into my room, and me and Brad are like talking to him, and he is not fucking listening. Because that's what Dan does, he doesn't listen. And so all of a sudden, Brad starts giving him like the fucking Steve Austin choker or whatever it's fucking called, and I start punching him in the face. And we knock him out. The second he knocks out, we hear a knock on the front door. I go to the front door, and like, we're 19, 18 maybe, so like, we shouldn't be drinking. And the cop comes to the door, so I'm all nervous. I'm like, holy shit, we're drunk, oh my god. And the cop's like, we got a report that a guy's been running around almost naked trying to call New York. We just got back from our New York trip. We went up to the mountains and saw Camp Fisco for 4 days in New York. So he must have been thinking New York. So I'm like, a guy's been running around naked trying to call New York. He goes, yeah, he went to a lady's house, knocked on the door. She said, can I help you? And he goes, I need to call New York. She's like, who in New York? He goes, no, I need to call New York. And I go, yeah, that same guy came around here and we shut the door and we closed the door and we locked it and we were going to call the cops, but we figured, whatever. He's like, okay, well, if you see him, just let us know. The second the door closed, Dan walks out like this. What the fuck's going on? What the fuck's going on? I'm like, dude, what the fuck? And we run over to him. And we're like, dude, you just ran around. He goes, the next day, he goes, yeah, dude, only thing I remember is going up to your, 2 doors down and just fucking be like, dude, I need to call New York. I'm like, dude, you fucking raped my grandmother. You tried to rape my grandmother. And that's the story.